Hey everyone, my name is Samantha Rambo from Top Dog Tips. This is my cat Elsa, and today I wanted to talk about how to tell if your cat is depressed. I have people ask this more often in the winter months and sometimes throughout the year, so I wanted to make a video to address it. Cats are sensitive creatures. I think everyone knows that if you're a cat owner or had experience with cats. Like humans, some cats are more sensitive than others. And sadly, the answer to this question is yes, cats can become depressed just like they're humans. Pets can be affected by a number of different things: changes in their routine or environment, losing a family member, moving to a new home, a change to the family's normal routine, and health problems can all lead to depression. So, depending on how sensitive your cat is, let's say that you take a new job, so you're home for different hours of the day. Some cats that are very sensitive can be affected by something that small. It may not be a big change to you. Maybe you're home the same number of hours every day, but it's just a different timeline. That can affect some cats. Some cats, it takes something a little bit more severe, like the loss of a family member, whether it's a human family member or a furry family member. Cats can become depressed after a loss like that, and it's really important for you to understand that and for you to be looking for signs of depression in cats. As I mentioned, some cats are more sensitive than others, so for this reason, some cats have very obvious behavior changes when they're struggling with depression. Other cats may try to hide their struggles. As I mentioned, some cats are more sensitive than others. So for that reason, cats' behavior can be very different if they're suffering from depression. Some cats, it's going to be a lot more noticeable, where some cats, it may not be as noticeable. So some of the things that you should be looking for and concerned about if your cat, or if you are concerned that your cat is struggling with depression, the first one is lethargy. Typically, cats do sleep quite a bit, but if they're depressed, they're going to be sleeping more so than normal. A loss of interest in things that they used to like. It might be toys, socializing with humans or other animals in the home, less interest in grooming themselves, less interest in going outside if they're allowed to do that, or any other typical behavior that your cat may exhibit. So for example, if your cat is typically social with other animals in your home or humans and they stop showing interest in that, or the other way around, if your cat typically is a loner and kind of reclusive and likes to be by themselves, and now you're sort of seeing them out and about, they're maybe pacing a little bit more and they just seem kind of uneasy and can't settle into that normal routine, that can be a sign that your cat is depressed. Increased vocalization if your cat is normally quiet, or decreased vocalization if your cat is normally quite vocal. We have 6 cats in our home, so we kind of have a variety of that. I have some cats that talk to us quite often, and I have some cats that hardly ever make any noise. So again, it's that change in a typical behavior is what you're looking for. Not consistently using the litter box. So let's say that your cat starts having accidents around the home or starts going outside the litter box. That's a change in a typical behavior that needs to be recognized, and this is one that, if this is the case, you should just consult with your veterinarian, because it could be a sign of something else, like a urinary tract infection, but it can also be a sign of depression. So this one is especially considered a sign of depression if you notice it in conjunction with any of the other symptoms that I had been talking about. So, if your cat's kind of losing interest in the things that they normally like and they're starting to have accidents, that can definitely be a sign that your cat is depressed. This is my cat Stitch. He's making an appearance for the second half of the video. And in this part of the video, I want to talk about what to do if you think your cat is depressed. So we've talked about depression in cats, we've talked about the symptoms, but what do you do if your cat is depressed? The first thing that you can do is spend more time with them. Now, they may not like this. Stitch, as you can tell, has no problem being coddled and snuggled like a baby, but if your cat's depressed, they may not want that. So you don't necessarily have to pick them up and hold them and cuddle them, but just being where they are. Be around your cat, maybe sit with them and pet them. You don't necessarily have to pick them up. be close to them and just spend some extra time with them. There is music designed especially for cats, so this is important, like if your cat's left alone for longer periods of time, or if you've changed environments, if you've moved to a new house, you can play some calming music designed specifically for cats to help them and help to calm the stress and anxiety that they're feeling that's leading to the depression. You can also try feline pheromones. These are specifically designed to mimic traditional pheromones that are released to calm cats. They have a smell that we can't smell, but cats can, and you can get these in liquid form, you can get them in a plug-in form that disperses through the air, you can get them in sprays. If you click the link below this video, there's some more information on feline pheromones and the different types that are available. You can try that to help calm your cat as well. Introduce some new toys and try some interactive games. Catnip can help entice your cat. You want to do things to try to stimulate them and kind of help them out of the depression that they're in. Show them that you're here, you want to play, you want to interact with them. Give them some fun stuff that can kind of take their mind off of what's troubling them and get them involved in something else. If you're going to try this one, just make sure that you rotate the toys and games that you provide so that they don't get bored. If you buy just one toy, one of the most common ones is those little round fixtures that have a ball inside that your cat can bat around. Your cat's gonna get bored doing that day after day. So just be sure that you're rotating that and giving them some options so they don't get bored. Speaking of that, you can also try some new treats or some new food. If you notice that your cat isn't eating as much as they normally do, this can be a great way to get them to eat a little bit more and to give them something, to look forward to. Cats love treats and they love special kinds of food. So like typically if you don't feed your cat a lot of wet food, or you can make homemade food and treats. Again, the link below has some of my favorite recipes if you want to try some homemade things for your cats to sort of try to entice them and make them a little bit happier, give them something a little exciting to look forward to. You could also consider getting another cat. This is often recommended by feline behaviorists and veterinarians. For example, if you lost a family member, if you lost a pet that your cat was really attracted to, attached to, you want to maybe try getting another animal, but you want to test that theory first. So if you have friends, if you're considering getting a dog or another cat, borrow one from your friend for a little while. Have that theory tested to make sure that this is something that's actually going to work and cheer your cat up and not make them even more stressed. And if you do decide to adopt a new animal, make sure that there's a meet and greet time at the shelter or the rescue that you're working with, so that you can get your cat around this other animal to see how that's going to go before you actually bring the animal into your home.